William James was an American philosopher and psychologist who lived from 1842 to 1910. He is often considered one of the most influential thinkers. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, James made significant contributions to various fields, including psychology, philosophy, and pragmatism. Here are some of his famous quotes. "Acceptance of what has happened is the first step to overcoming the consequences of any misfortune." This quote means that when something unfortunate or challenging happens in our lives, the first important thing we need to do is to accept that it has occurred. Instead of denying or avoiding the reality of the situation, accepting it allows us to acknowledge the truth and begin the process of dealing with its consequences. Without acceptance, it's difficult to move forward constructively, because we may remain stuck in denial, anger, or resentment, hindering our ability to address the situation and find ways to overcome its effects. So, this quote emphasizes the importance of facing reality head-on as a necessary first step towards healing and overcoming adversity. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. In plain English, this quote suggests that one of the most fundamental aspects of human beings is the strong desire to feel valued and recognized by others. It speaks to the universal need for acknowledgement and praise for our efforts, achievements, and even just for who we are as individuals. Essentially, it highlights the importance of appreciation in human relationships, and how being recognized and valued by others can profoundly impact our sense of self-worth and fulfillment. Whenever you're in conflict with someone, there is one factor that can make the difference between damaging your relationship and deepening it. That factor is attitude. In simple terms, the quote suggests that when you find yourself in a disagreement or conflict with someone, the way you approach the situation, your attitude can significantly affect the outcome. Instead of escalating the conflict and potentially harming the relationship, maintaining a positive and constructive attitude can help to resolve differences and even strengthen the bond between you and the other person. Essentially, it emphasizes the importance of maintaining a respectful and open-minded attitude, even in challenging situations, to promote understanding, communication, and harmony in relationships. Nothing is so fatiguing as the eternal hanging on of an uncompleted task. The quote means that nothing is as exhausting as continually delaying or procrastinating on a task that needs to be completed. When we keep putting off something that needs to be done, it can weigh heavily on our minds, causing stress and mental fatigue. This feeling of fatigue comes from the constant, nagging awareness that the task is still pending and needs attention. Essentially, it highlights the draining effect of procrastination and underscores the importance of taking action to finish tasks, rather than letting them linger indefinitely. There is no more miserable human being than one in whom nothing is habitual but indecision. In simple terms, the quote means that there's hardly anyone more unhappy than someone who can't make decisions or stick to them. When a person is constantly indecisive, unable to commit to actions or choices, they often experience a sense of dissatisfaction and misery. This misery stems from the lack of stability and direction in their life. Essentially, it emphasizes the importance of cultivating habits of decisiveness and commitment to avoid feeling lost or unhappy due to perpetual indecision. To change one's life, start immediately, do it flamboyantly. The quote means that if you want to change your life, don't hesitate or delay, start right away. Additionally, it suggests that you should approach the change with enthusiasm and boldness, doing it in a flamboyant manner. Essentially, it encourages taking immediate and dramatic action, to bring about the desired change in your life. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment or being cautious, it advocates for boldness and decisiveness in pursuing personal transformation. There is but one cause of human failure, and that is man's lack of faith in his true self. In plain English, the quote suggests that the primary reason why people fail in life is because they lack belief in their own true potential and capabilities. It implies that when individuals don't have confidence or faith in themselves, they are more likely to give up on their goals or not even attempt to pursue them. Essentially, it underscores the importance of self-belief and confidence in achieving success and overcoming challenges. By having faith in oneself and one's abilities, people can unlock their full potential and strive towards their aspirations with determination and resilience. Compared to what we ought to be, we are half awake. This quote suggests that compared to our potential or what we could achieve, we are only partially aware or awake. It implies that most people are not fully realizing their capabilities or living up to their highest potential. Essentially, it encourages individuals to strive for self-improvement and to awaken to their true abilities and aspirations. It's a call to action to recognize our potential and work towards fulfilling it, rather than settling for mediocrity or complacency. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. This quote means that you should behave as though your actions have an impact because they actually do. It suggests that even the smallest actions or contributions can make a difference in the world or in the lives of others. By taking initiative and putting effort into what you do, you can create positive change or influence outcomes. Essentially, it encourages a sense of agency and responsibility, reminding us that our actions matter and can have meaningful consequences. I don't sing because I'm happy because I sing. This quote means that singing doesn't necessarily come from being happy, but rather, singing itself can bring happiness. It suggests that engaging in activities like singing can lift our mood and make us feel happier, regardless of our initial emotional state. Essentially, it highlights the idea that our actions and behaviors can influence our emotions and well-being. So, even if you're not feeling joyful initially, doing something like singing can bring about a sense of happiness and positivity. Action may not bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. In simple terms, the quote means that while taking action might not directly result in happiness, happiness cannot be achieved without taking action. It suggests that merely wishing for happiness or passively waiting for it to appear won't lead to fulfillment. Instead, you have to actively engage in life, pursue goals, and take steps towards what you want in order to experience happiness. Essentially, it emphasizes the importance of proactive behavior and effort in creating a fulfilling and happy life. Time itself comes in drops. In plain English, this quote means that time, as experienced in our lives, seems to pass in small increments or moments rather than as a continuous flow. It suggests that our perception of time is not as a steady stream, but rather as discrete units or drops of time. This idea reflects how we often perceive time as passing quickly or slowly, depending on our experiences and activities in each moment. Essentially, it's a poetic way of expressing the subjective nature of time, and how it seems to unfold in small, distinct intervals in our everyday lives. A chain is no stronger than its weakest link, and life is after all a chain. This quote means that the strength of any system, like a chain, is determined by its weakest component. It draws an analogy between life and a chain, suggesting that our lives are interconnected, and the success Our well-being of our overall existence can be influenced by the weakest aspects of it. Essentially, it emphasizes the importance of identifying and strengthening our vulnerabilities, or weaknesses, in order to ensure the overall strength and resilience of our lives. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends.